rounds. I'd like to begin. First, the term Byzantine has been used a couple of times. This is a chart prepared by the Center for Responsive Politics that is a chart of money in 2012. I think we're insulting the Byzantines, frankly, by blanketing this to their conduct. This chart will be available in larger form, but it's illustrative of what's going on. I did a rough calculation. There's $300 or $400 million here that's flowing through all of these various organizations. They've even come up with a name which I think is a marvelous one, a disregarded entity. That's a kind of I don't know quite what that's an oxymoron, I would think. Mr. Ornstein, in preparing for this hearing, to coin a phrase, my conclusion was it's worse than I thought. We got a report just yesterday from the Wesleyan Media Project, which is a very interesting project that doesn't try to track contributions because a lot of them aren't disclosed, but tracks ads on television all over the country and then attributes a value to them based upon estimated value based upon the airtime in the media market. And of course, it's only airtime. It's not production or other costs. But the startling thing, this is spending by non-disclosure groups cycle to date. In other words, to April 29th, yesterday. And what struck me is the gigantic growth in these independent expenditures. And that's what I meant in my opening statement, that this isn't a little incremental change. This is a revolutionary change. And the same thing goes is this is non-disclosure money cycle to date. This is outside spending cycle to date, and these are the off-year elections. And you can see between 2010 and 2014 an enormous growth, almost 10 times more. Would you say that this is an accelerating problem, and that's one of the reasons we should have to address it?
It's an exploding problem, Mr. Chairman, and I think what we've seen is a set of very often explicit efforts to try to hide where the money is coming from. It's not only through these, I won't call them Byzantine, bizarre sets of arrangements, and Ann, I think, described very well how this can play out across many state lines. I only briefly alluded to the role of the IRS in all of this, and one thing that we know is that moving towards 2012, there was another